the hell is that? That's the chief.
Hello and welcome back again, my friends, pioneers of werewolves, divergence, and glitches to another episode of the Daily Candle Close News. I'm sending you all much love and high vibrations out to wherever it is you are in the Matrix today. It is D-Day, pioneers. Bitcoin at 60K. Ooh, that third eye activate. And that June bug thesis in the summer of volatility is here. 60K on the 6th day of the 6th month. That 666 code strikes again as Coach Abe is 36 years old. Ooh. Why you so cold with the flow, Coach? Tonight, pioneers, as we make history in June with our June bug, June and July lows, carcinogenic moments in the market that we have been teaching for years, tied to that Memorial Day sale, that Flag Day, heading into the 4th of July bull flag thesis of ours. Ooh, I want to discuss something that goes far beyond the price action we are witnessing today. Can I get a hello? Today is June 6th, D-Day, Normandy landings, and here we are landing at 60K again. 6 months, 6 days. Ooh, say it again, Coach. A date that we know is permanently etched in our history as one of the most controversial turning points of, well, the 20th century, 1944, the end of the Bretton Woods system in finance, right? And we're watching the end of a new modern financial era today. A day associated with invasion, uncertainty, risk, and courage. Tie that to the market. And ultimately a transition from one phase of history into another era. And as we arrive at D-Day, Death Day, after that Memorial Day sell-off this year, and here we are, and well, look at where we find the markets once again. That June bug. As we head into, well, June bug day tomorrow. So, let me find that right here. June 7th, a part of my thesis, I teach these days for a reason. Instill them in your mindset. Keep them hidden from the populace. Don't make them popular. No. But we know it's celebrated right there after that D-Day, that shock in June as we head into Cancer and the Mazzaroth and horoscope and zodiac, right? That carcinogenic moment in the markets that I've been teaching my students. And so Bitcoin's setting near this controversial and psychological significant 60K again. Third eye activation. For over a year, our classes have explored for many years, we've explored the reoccurring appearance of numerical symbolism and, well, the collective psychology, human emotion, right? And repeating historical events, archetypes, and, well, astrological moments, etc., that, well, hold this market volatility and behavior in its cusp, in its grip, right? And whether you're someone that views my work or these observations as just coincidence, whether I see it as something like pattern recognition, right? Or something deeper, even like a algorithm that I've built. There's simply no denying that this 60K zone invokes today the imaginary 666 narrative, the mark of the beast code. And it's beautiful, pioneers, and I'm not doing this in any disrespectful way. I'm not doing this in any blasphemy way or taking the mark way or anything. It's just I came out in February dedicating this chart, manifesting that I was crypto's Andy Warhol. I realized where I was in my life, turning 36 years old, that 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, that, well, the number of a man code. And I was honing into what I had been teaching for years. Well, 6 years now since 2020, and when they shut the world down, when me and my 9-year-old son went homeless, and well, I started to have to grind even harder and, you know, turn those thoughts into visions, into tangible manifestations. And well, I wanted to do it again with this chart, crypto's Andy Warhol. From extreme highs of last year, extreme greed, to the extreme fear we've seen for almost the last 8 months today. Almost a whole year. I didn't do this again to take no mark, to belittle any scripture, etc. I did this to share my art, to share who I am. Not because numbers themselves move markets, pioneers, but because narratives move people. And people move markets with thy emotions. It's just ultimately one giant emotional machine. Fear, greed, hope, despair, confidence, doubt, capitulation, anger, euphoria, right? But the numbers become symbols, and the symbols become stories. And stories, well, they can become someone's reality. And I grew up in the 90s, a real 90s baby, and anything you can do, I can do better. And anything I can do, you can do better. And that's all I wanted to share. Is that what makes today even more fascinating is that June 6th is also recognized as we'll get into this decode, but it's also recognized as National Black Bear Day. So here we are again with that bear market narrative in the 2026 year. And I prepared you pioneers for, well, the 2617 code. And as we head into 6-6, we're hitting that 5960K again. 59 being the 17th prime number. In the 2-6 year, we've hit 59 twice. The 17th prime, tied to that bear market. That 2617 code on National Bear Day, we hit it again. Show a bear market bottom. That God code, 2617, right? Giving us more of that June bug that we see on National Bear Day today. June 6, D-Day, Death Day in the charts. The market's got a bug. National Bear Day giving us that 126, and we know we hit 126K highs back on October 6, 8 months ago today. Full circle back to the highs. From extreme highs to extreme lows, from greed to fear. Extreme fear. Hitting 12, 3 days in a row now. Yesterday, the day before, and today on the Fear and Greed Index, 12 plus 12 plus 12 is 36. That's the 3 6s, 6, 6, 6. That 60K on 6, 6. For me, the symbolism, the numbers, they almost write themselves. But again, we tied all this in August of last year. In June, July of last year, when I released my Uranus stationing in retrograde thesis, 1 year in advance to this time period, heading into Trump's 80th birthday and America's 250th birthday, we were calling for 126 to 128K highs tied to the cosmos, tied to Nakamoto, tied to a potential Bitcoin dump we could see at that what I called 128K sell wall. And we hit 1.37% away from 128K when we hit 126K on October 6th of last year. Tied to the Bitcoin price discovery we were teaching you. 126 days in advance to Super Bowl 60 under the president that just won the 60th election. And exactly that Super Bowl fell exactly 126 days before Trump's next birthday. In just a few days, 8 days away. Scripted life, 126, like when we saw Gianna Bryant 126 and Kobe Bryant die on January 126 of 2020 before we saw, well, that bug. So again, coming back full circle to that bug, to the June bug, right? To the bugs they've been telling us about that we've been seeing, correct? This recent outbreak and the recent outbreak we saw on this as well. Oh, the hantavirus, right? So again, we've just been tracking this and sharing this with you. Alright? But that the bear is always represented declining prices, a defensive positioning, a cautioning, right? That yield sign in the markets, correct? And so as Bitcoin hovers near major support regions and traditional markets tend to wrestle with uncertainty, where again in the most uncertain times the world has ever witnessed, worse than C-19, worse than 9/11, worse than, well, the 2008 market crash or the dot-com bubble, right? 9/11 really the same thing, but you know, it's the type of atmosphere where this feels, you know, quote-unquote remarkably bearish, right? This double bottom energy, correct? So, not necessarily bearish in outcome in the end result, right? We all know this is short term. It's all moving methodically over a grandiose, longer horizon, correct? A bigger picture. So maybe bearish in sentiment, and sentiment sometimes is often to some what matters most, but to an experienced analyst, it's the algorithm, it's the code, it's the setup, it's the trade, right? It's the emotions. If they're fearful, I'm gonna be greedy, right? So again, a potential double bottom formation that we are seeing form right here. Just meaning that it's a market searching for conviction. Maybe a market attempting to determine whether fear is reached its exhaustion, right? And so then we move into tomorrow, like I'm saying, World Junebug Day. What does that bring us? Very important thesis of mine, one that, again, I think we just witnessed make history again. A bug, a glitch, a disruption, an unexperienced variable. The market caught something. Go to the doctor. You better call Dr. Abe. You better call Pauls. And suddenly everyone is trying to explain what just happened. But we saw it in advance. 1 week it's inflation. The next week it's bonds. Then it's geopolitical nonsense. Then regulation, liquidity, earnings. The symptoms of change. But the volatility remains. It's as if every year the market catches a bug at a June or July highs. Or coming out of that May Day, selling May Memorial Day sale, we capitulate into that June bug, that carcinogenic moment of July. And, you know, again, some may jokingly call it a financial hantavirus, or that Coach Abe is crazy, just making up nonsense. They might mock me, continue to belittle me and ban me, and will kick me off every time I try to get on and speak about my work. Maybe we do see a biological event that they've been hinting at. An alien invasion that they've been hinting at. Some sort of catastrophe. But then we're just going to see fear itself become contagious again, like we've seen in the past. Because you know people believe what they see on the TV. that television that tells lies to your vision. So we got to continue to look ahead to this year's cancer season because, again, historically, cancer is associated with protection, caution, retreat, emotional sensitivity, and the instinct to seek shelter during uncertain conditions, right? To condition the body to, well, repair it, to repair the portfolio, to repair the trade. So whether one believes in my work or the numbers or the code or astrology or not, I guarantee you, after 6 years of mapping this and sharing this, people are starting to see that the market psychology often mirrors these lessons. They start to see that these investors become defensive, that capital becomes selective, that risk appetite becomes fluctuating. Emotional temperature of the market changes. Mayday, mayday, mayday. The M patterns in May sell in May and walk away into that June bug by the lows. Not financial advice. But as we approach, again, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, I promise you volatility itself may become the dominant story. Because that solstice is going to represent a turning point, the peak of light this year. And historically, peaks are often where markets begin asking different questions. What happens next? At peak fear, at peak euphoria, what happens next? Has the move gone too far? Is the trend extended? Has the bears been exhausted? The closure we get coming up soon at the end of this month, heading into July and America's 250th birthday, coming out of Trump's 80th birthday, is going to be a astrological and celestial pivot point. And the more intense the people's emotional swings are, the more intense the volatility in these markets can become. So let's remember that as we head into Flag Day, Patriot Day this year, UFC Freedom 250, and the 80th birthday of Donald Trump, the Patriot. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that this alchemist remains one of the most influential political and financial narrative generators of the modern era. And markets react to his narratives. Look at what they did back in January of 2025, shortly after his inauguration, hitting 109. Ain't spent too much time trading there since, right? Few people generate narratives like Trump. It's like only Coach Abe, right? I know, I'll behave. The timing itself, though, adds another layer of an already fascinating month that we've been talking about. The NBA Finals with the alien Victor Wembanyama playing in it, right? That we've been decoded. So that's getting played during Disclosure Day, my sister's birthday this year, June 12th. All tied to this illegal immigrant push and narrative that we've been seeing over the last few years, and this alien invasion that I've been talking about in my work, dating back to my sports book being written 3 years ago, etc. Right? And so when you step back and you view it from 1,000-foot overview, a mile-high view of the last few years that we've been mapping this out, and you see the entire landscape and you're able to examine what's about to emerge from, again, not these predictions, but these prophetic visions. See, I got the vision, right? It's not a picture. It's universal convergence. D-Day, Black Bear Day, June bug, cancer season, carcinogenic season, the summer solstice, Flag Day. Ran by the alchemist himself. Guided for you to view by Coach A. Each carrying our own symbolistic meaning. Each arriving within days of one another, each being here. This emotional tapestry that we're witnessing and that we've been preparing you for more than a year now, and have documented and copyrighted and trademarked while everybody else claims to have made it popular. Have we been perfect? Nah, nobody is, man. Market's too complex, but too adapted, too alive, but I argue we're the closest. But we've been showing up every day, doing the work, tracking the cycle, studying the behavior, building a framework before the crowd notices it. And when I look back at this body of this dissertation and thesis of the artwork we've produced over the last few years, I see something remarkable. Again, not perfection, but precision. Not certainty, but preparation. Certainly not luck. I promise you that. Execution from exhaustion. Playing through adversity. Playing through doubt, even while uninjured. Continuing to perform while others waited for confirmation. Yet, the scoreboard speaks for itself. Flawless, 6 years straight. The charts I produce speak for themselves. And regardless of where price goes next, pioneers, the journey of documenting these cycles with you all in real time has simply been nothing short of priceless. It's been a blessing, not a be-lessening, but certainly a humbling experience. And I salute each and every one of you that support me out there, because you know I do all I do for you. Because you know it takes a certain type of man to want to teach, to be born from the bottom, extremely far from the top, but still understand what it takes to reach the peak. And I'll never give up on my dreams of touching and changing the lives of the millions I'll one day teach, because I know I still haven't reached the pinnacles that I plan to reach. And this has never been about money for me, only about speaking and sharing what I see. And so you know I can trade these markets, pioneers, any way it goes. Tell me, what you know about calling the market highs and lows, predicting the way that it ebbs and flows? Tell me, what do you know about manifesting what you speak, about breathing and living what you teach? Tell me what you know about preaching the chaos of the seasons before we see it, or about making history, because ironically, it's not what it's made out to be. And I can even still remember when they sentenced me and tried to bury me. Now look at how far we've come, Pops. I hope you're staring down on me. I'm a long way from the streets. But I told you I'd always be what I was destined to be, greatness. And what you know about losses and turning them into lessons and then into blessings. Because pioneers, I promise you, I'm the truth. Ain't no second guessing, no asking questions. 6-6. Donald John Trump. The patriot himself, they say. Flag Day 2026, giving us that 6-6, and he'll be turning 80 years old. And do we work our way back up to that $66,600 range? To work back to that 80K as he turns 80 years old, coming out of these D-Day, June Bug, National Black Bear Day, bear market lows? Because this was posted on October 26, 2025, shortly after hitting 126K. October 26, 1-0 for the 10 in October. Drop the 0, that's 126 after hitting 126K. And that day, left 66 days left in the year, bringing us back to 6-6 today. D-Day. These D-Day events that we're seeing in the charts, 119, 9/11, the Twin Towers, like they fell, the charts fell today. That Normandy landings, right? This 66 deception number we are seeing. So what do we see? As we continue to move into 6-7 tomorrow, 6-8. Donald John Trump, 6'8", right? The war number is 68. Uranus, 68. That's important because we're tying it to this character, the alien, 94. Uranus, 94. Victor Wembanyama, 94. Right? 6'8". June 8th is 94 days before September 10th, the 1-year anniversary of the pew pew of Charlie Kirk, right before 9/11 this year. D-Day events, right? The Spurs are back in the final, playing the Knicks. A rematch of 27 years ago when Tim Duncan and David Robinson were playing for the Spurs, and they won their title, and they were called the Twin Towers. So again, that 9/11 Twin Towers Charlie Kirk ritual, 94 days away from it in 2 days. Okay? So very important time period over the next 72 to 96. I would say the next week, basically. Monday's gonna be special. So from 10/26, October 26, when this post came out, to today, it's been 223 days. That Skull and Bones Brotherhood of Death code. Death in the charts today. D-Day, Death Day. 7 months, 11 days ago, this post was posted. 7/11 Master Chief Code. Just like from February 6th to June 2nd, the June bug, as we enter June, in the 2/6 year on the 6/2 code, a palindrome. 117 days from our February 6th 59-60K lows, we were crashing back into 60K lows again. At that 66,600 at the beginning of June, by the way. That 666 code that we were teaching about in classes. So again, that 187 Brotherhood of Death code that we are getting, right? That's not what I call them. That's what they call themselves. You know, go and look it up. Go and do your own research if you don't believe me, if you're new here. But it's coming into that summer solstice, longest day of the year, right? That false alien invasion, the War of the Worlds, right? So again, very important. Pay attention. What do we see right here in June as we get ready to head into Flag Day, Patriot Day, UFC Freedom 250 Day, Trump's birthday, the solstice on the 20th, right? But Donald Trump, June 8th, 159 days left in the year, or the 159th day of the year, Donald Trump 159, Rapture event 159. Let's pay attention, right? So, Very unique. Area 51 adding more of this alien nonsense narrative. 6-7. June bug day. 6-7. June 6th month, 7th day. Leaves 207 days left in the year. Alien invasion 207. Immigrant invasion 207, right? Who's the aliens invading, right? The illegal immigrants that have been invading for like 40 fucking years, but people think it's just starting over the last few years. It blows my mind. But again, the immigrant invasion 6-8, right? Just like Victor Wembanyama 6-8, right? That 68 code, that war number code. He's at war with the Knicks right now, down 0-2. Why is this important, him being down 0-2 on D-Day? Because now moving forward, what was D-Day about? Well, it was about America helping liberate France. No! This operation began the liberation of France and the rest of Western Europe and laid the foundations for the Allied victory on the Western Front. The Spurs represent the Western Front of the NBA Finals. So do we see the Spurs come back from 0-2 with the victor, the alien Wembanyama, to beat New York? Only time will tell. But does the alien rise again, like he did against the Thunder? This will be amazing to see when you connect the dots right here, like we're doing. The liberation of France, meaning to set free, to save. What happens moving past D-Day into the next game, Game 3 in New York, where Donald Trump, the Patriot Chief himself, will be attending. Okay, could we see a scripted event? The 5th attempt. I'll behave. I play too much. I know. I'll behave. So again, let's continue with this alien code. Alien 216 in the Satanic Cipher, just like 216 you get in Area 51 in the same cipher. That's 6 times 6 times 6, the 3 6s code. 60K for Bitcoin today on 6-6 in the 2-6 year. That can be perceived as 2 6s, 6-6, right? Not surprising. Death Day 68 code that we were talking about right here with the war number and Victor Wembanyama, by the way. The date 6-8 coming up. Paying attention to that, right? But very unique what we are witnessing, what we are seeing on the world stage right here with this code. As we are in June, the June bug and the thesis that we've been teaching. Because again, we were warning on 6-4. We were told about this in the Super Bowl. We've been decoding this since the Super Bowl 60. When hitting 60K in the 6th week of this year on the 2-6 date. So it's not surprising. Lock in, they said. We locked in. You know what I'm saying? We watched the sacrifice happen. The terrorist attacks could be coming. Donald Trump could be passing, is what the code has been telling us. That kill code, that 64 code. Since 6-4, we've been killed in the markets. That third eye activated. 64. 119 days after the 2-6 60K lows. Coming out the 36th day of the year on 2-5, World Monarch Day, that we were out here mapping out. Right? Making history with our thesis. Sharing this day years in advance, too. Not just something we came up with this year. You know, at that 66K, hitting 60K in the 6th week of the year. On 2-6, right? That 6-6 code, right? I mean, beautiful. That 9/11, Twin Towers falling. Coming out of that June bug thesis. As we enter the world ahead, right? Because Operation June Freedom is coming. The Independence Day rally is coming out of that June bug. Pioneer. We can't stay at extreme fear. It's not. We can't do it. I mean, we've been doing it for 8 fucking months. It's bound to give. So again, from Super Bowl 60 to today, June 6, 6/6 in the 2/6 year, Bitcoin's at 60K, 119 days after Super Bowl 60, back at 60K. Full circle, 9/11 code. We ain't panicked. Right? We know this is just part of the script. Okay? Alright, so getting back into this Independence Day rally out of this June bug, heading into America's 250th, we want to start looking at the charts. And look at the third eye activation, already pumping us back up close to that 62K range that could mark that bear market bottom off of this fib channel, off of activating that mark of the beast code as I turn 36 years old this year on June 6th from these 60K lows again, from a quote-unquote double bottom that could put us right back at 86, 97, 103, 106, 117K. And I'm not playing. You know, so I really can't wait to see what happens coming out of this. What we see moving forward. Because we warned, you know, to stay golden at that 79, 83K range. Had to see what that was going to give us. Because we knew that potentially there could still be lower prices. We know it wasn't going to be easy. You know, what if we still hit that 1.618 at that 43K range that we were mapping out at a golden ratio of 5? After hitting 79K, that golden range, while Trump was still 79 years old. Does this low hold? '59, the 17th prime, Trump being called Q. Q, the 17th letter. Huh. Part of that 2026 year, that 2617 code. Again, the same code we get in beer in the accumulation year. Double bottoms. A double bottom here could literally send us right back to 86K. Right back to 103, 117K, and I don't mean to just say that with hype around it. It's technical analysis, it's algorithmic, it's astrology, it's numerology, it's so many things that we've been sharing and mapping out in advance. And just making sure the mic was on, but it's like as if it's overlooked, misunderstood, undervalued, unappreciated, or, you know, the world should be seeing it, but it's hidden from y'all. Only a few, the select few, because my work is only for those that can relate. Do you relate? Only a select few can view and grasp the mindset of what we do for you. And so, you know, we've got to continue to just see what happens right here at this previous 1618, but at this 322 EMA on the weekly time frame, that 56K that we've been teaching about over the last several weeks in classes. And, you know, coming out of this May Day, May the 4th, may the force be with you right here event, this Memorial Day sale, right, that we've been mapping out. heading into this fallen wedge in the apex of this triangle, where we could see that volatility heading into the summer solstice, where summer begins, and well, the temperatures on the planet start to heat up, and well, the temperatures on the charts could start to rise too. And what do we see? 68% chance mathematically a breakout to the upside, and we got the date of 6-8 coming up, and oh Lord, did you do it again, coach? Bang! And so, where do we go? Extreme June and July lows, or do we double bottom, W pattern here, and win big, heading into America's 250th birthday? Or do we see a capitulation event all the way to 26K in the apex of, well, where this 1.618 and 3.618, I'm sorry, 4.618 fib circle and channel meet right here. Man, a crash like C19, a narrative like, you know, that can be brutal come that August autumn equinox. Wake me up when September ends time period, right? Or if July were to really capitulate and capitulate hard all month, right, leading into that August time frame. Only time will tell. But it's been extreme. It's been brutal. It's been hard already for a lot of people all over the world. Inflation getting worse. Prices continue to rise. We're at 40 trillion in debt. Just about. You know what I'm saying? Very close to it. They have no choice but to continue to pump these markets higher. You know, and it's my opinion. Maybe it's not popular, but you know, I feel like, again, in 6 years I've been one of the only accurate chart analysts at an extreme rate of calling these highs of 126K, this double top to double bottoms, right? Not bragging, but you know, just mapping out two de-risking opportunities into a massive fourth wave bear flag that everybody was screaming, in a bear market they were saying. Yet we were out here giving the bear code a year in advance. So it couldn't be what everybody's saying it was. It can't be that easy if it's taken me 13 years and so many failures to get as accurate as I am today. It can't be that easy. I might make it look easy, but my pioneers know it came with blood, sweat, and tears. Early mornings, long nights. 48, 72 hours. You know? Sacrifices. So I'm buying the dip and I'm not tripping on things like XRP. Putting it all on the line in the short squeeze. Buying that Dogecoin and shit. Waiting for a tweet. You hear me? I still believe $2.16 is coming soon for XRP. And I'm sticking to it. RSI completely reset. Okay. Don't think you're gonna fuck Coach Abe, the Master Chief of crypto, out the market. The first inductee of the Crypto Hall of Fame. He ain't insane. We just here waiting for the market to go bang. From them 60K D-Day lows. In October, we were warning about the triggering of the Hindenburg omen indicator, traditionally used in the stock market for many, many years, and how it, since 2018, had marked recently the last 47 double bottoms. And now here we are, potentially again double bottoming. Astrologically, numerically, symbolically, to the thesis we've built and mapped out for many years. And I don't know, pioneers, how I keep doing it. It's gotta change, it's gotta switch up, right? I've gotta eventually make a mistake and not be able to correctly call the market. So are they gonna send us to that 43K after a 43-day government shutdown in October of last year when this indicator triggered? Are they gonna hit us with that black swan event? A false alien invasion, or, well, presidential assassination? Another world shutdown attempt of a pandemic outbreak? Are they going to give us something crazy that we've been, again, preparing you for with the decodes, but to throw off the Master Chief right here? I don't know if they can. My artwork is authentic. It's not something I borrowed. You should know by now, my vision can see into the future. Mr. Living in Tomorrow. So while the rest of the crypto space right now is wallowing in sorrow, I'm just waving and screaming, please, for free even. Coach Abe is the one to follow. Get a quick drink of water. Man, I love you pioneers, man. All of you that are here and supporting each and every day, that never change up, that keep doing the work, that keep watching the gift and skill that the craft that we've been sharing here. The patience in you all, sitting back and just viewing and watching and soaking in and becoming the sponge is beautiful. And now we ain't speaking from no crazy cult-minded leadership point of view right now. I'm speaking from just watching you all start to do the work and start to become just a part of what we've been building, a family, right? Friendships. It's not about me walking in front of nobody, somebody walking in front of me. It's about us walking beside one another, becoming friends. Why can't we be friends? Anyway, like, that's my jam. But I didn't do it for no other reason. you know? And I can't wait to do it in person, to continue building what I plan to try and build for, well, the future generations of my legacy, my son. And hopefully that'll give him something, and then us all a place to interact together in person. And so we'll keep y'all posted on that in the future. But don't know where I'd be without my pioneers. I know that. Beautiful day. Beautiful charts. Beautiful decodes. Beautiful pioneers. And beautiful stars. We'll see what June Bug Day gives us tomorrow, pioneers. Hopefully another explosive, volatile day. Ooh, I can't wait. I really can't. I can't wait to see what Flag Day brings us this year. June 12th, Disclosure Day brings us. The day before that is the start of the World Cup, and well, we know it's going to be, from what they told us this year, it's going to be, well, pretty explosive. Can't wait to see what the summer solstice and 21st, 22nd microstructure reset of June, the midpoint of the year, the halfway, the turning point of this year. The turning point of this year is gonna be like. Ooh. I really can't, pioneers, as we head into America's 250th birthday. I'm calling 112K coming soon out of a June Black Swan event, potentially. That ends up being bullish for the markets. That June bug thesis that gives us that 113K again. That Master Chief code that gives us 117 again. It won't be long now, pioneers, and we'll be talking about the August Lionsgate portal and the energy heading into August 8th after Trump turns 80 years old in 8 more days. Oh! And it's been 8 months since we hit 126K, and 8 months of straight sideways and down fear price action and just nonsense. So what do we see? What do we see? Coach Abe's gonna guide you, pioneers. If you're new here, come join us. Join the Discord. Hit us up on the YouTube, the Patreon. whatever. Twitter, we've been going ham. But that's 60 minutes for the 6-6 D-Day 60K. 60 Thesis of Coach A. Have a blessed day, Pioneers. Enjoy yourself. Take care, and until the pen writes again, my friend. Much love and high vibrations. Pioneers rise. Build your fortress. Build your legacies.